Imagine a highly anticipated NFL talent hitting a career low point. That's the gripping saga of Treylon Burks unfolding right now, and it's stirring excitement across the league. A former first-round pick who's suddenly back on the market, Burks is capturing serious attention from multiple teams, sparking debates about his future in the game. But here's the kicker. Despite his pedigree, his track record raises eyebrows. Let's dive deeper into what this means, breaking it down step by step, so even newcomers to football fandom can follow along. According to NFL Network's Ian Rapoport, the ex-Tennessee Titans wide receiver Treylon Burks, who was let go earlier this week, is generating a wave of interest. Rapoport highlights that Burks is slated to pay a visit to the Denver Broncos, potentially kicking off a series of team meetings as he scouts for his next opportunity. This isn't just casual chatter. Rapoport notes that Burks, now a top free agent, plans to make the trip to the Broncos next week, based on reliable sources. And intriguingly, the report suggests he might have more stops lined up, as teams scramble to see if he can rebound. Rapoport keeps the other suitors under wraps, but there's a strong possibility that Pittsburgh could be in the mix. The Steelers boast one of the league's weaker wide receiver core, and they've historically had a soft spot for high-profile former first-round selections, always eager to add that kind of pedigree to their roster. Selected 18th overall in the 2022 draft, Burks struggled to make his mark in Tennessee. Over 3 seasons, he hauled in just 53 receptions for 699 yards and a single touchdown. His output dwindled year after year, hitting a nadir in 2024 when he caught only 4 passes in 5 games, before suffering a torn ACL that sidelined him on injured reserve. That's the NFL's way of handling long-term injuries, keeping players off the active roster to free up spots for others. Coming into the 2025 training camp in good health, he unfortunately broke his collarbone, landing him right back on injured reserve. The Titans ultimately released him from that status this week. Now, while tweets from insiders like Rapoport can sometimes be fueled by agents hyping their clients, and Rapoport has faced criticism for prematurely reporting on Burks' release, the fact that a visit is already on the books proves there's genuine league-wide curiosity. Teams eyeing Burks might opt to sign him to their practice squad rather than the 53-man roster. Think of the practice squad as a developmental squad where players get coached and can be promoted to the active roster if needed, without committing big money or roster spots up front. A savvy way to evaluate a veteran without the full financial or logistical investment. Reports like this are bound to ignite local enthusiasm in places like Pittsburgh, with fans dreaming of Burks turning it around. But here's where it gets controversial. Does this buzz hold real weight? Burks hasn't demonstrated much ability to influence games at the NFL level, and the likelihood of that changing in Pittsburgh feels slim. For instance, current backup receivers like Roman Wilson are struggling to carve out roles, and in head coach Arthur Smith's offensive system, wide receivers beyond the top 2 are often overlooked, treated as mere afterthoughts. If the Steelers sign Burks, he'd likely join that crowded, underutilized group, adding another underperforming talent to an environment that doesn't favor struggling receivers. In football terms, this could mean a bust, a player who doesn't meet expectations, joining a scheme that's not conducive to his style, potentially wasting roster space without moving the needle for the team's success. If Pittsburgh is truly interested, Burks might be better off scoping out friendlier schemes elsewhere, where his skills could shine. And this is the part most people miss. Isn't there a chance Burks could defy the odds and prove the doubters wrong? After all, injuries derailed his early career, and a fresh start with the right team and coaching could unlock his potential. Or is this just wishful thinking? What do you think, fans? Should Pittsburgh gamble on a high-risk prospect like Burks to bolster their receivers, or is it smarter for him to seek a team with a more receiver-friendly offense? Do you believe in second chances for busts, or has Burks' track record sealed his fate? Weigh in with your opinions in the comments. Let's debate the drama.